Lamentations 3, verse 22 and 23 says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." You may face fresh troubles each day, but God has fresh mercies for you each day to face them. God has done great things for you in the past. Now you need to trust him to do it again. Psalm 126, verse 4 reads, "Restore our fortunes, O God, like the streams in the Negev." What was the psalmist praying? In the east, the rivers in the dry seasons are little more than fleeting streams, and sometimes they are entirely evaporated by the powerful action of the sun's rays. The rainy season comes, and the beds forsaken of the ancient river begin to receive their annual tribute from the fruitful clouds, and the mountain torrents rolling in its accustomed channel causes the streams to return again, changing the sandy waste into the majestic river, raising the hopes, replenishing the parched land, causing floods of joy into the hearts of man and beast. So that's what the psalmist was visualizing when he prayed, "O Lord, just as the inhabitants of these dry and sultry regions in the return of the reviving streams, so do we, being restored to our beloved country and temple, may rejoice in the long expected deliverance." So the image speaks of us of a sudden outpouring of God's blessings. We find a similar language in Isaiah 35, verse 6. "Then will the lamb leap like a deer, and the mute tongue shout for joy. Waters will gush forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert." Do you ever feel like your life is a desert, spiritually dry and parched? Then you need to pray for God to restore you. God says in Joel 2:25, "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten." Pray for God's full restoration and blessing. Ask God to pour out his spirit in your life like streams in the Negev. We need to pray this not only for ourselves but for the church. This is not only for ourselves, but for the church. This is a prayer for revival, the return from captivity for Israel, for something only God could do. In the same way, revival is something only God can do. Martin Lloyd Jones said, "God does more in 5 minutes than what we did in the previous 10 years." We need to pray for God to open the floodgates of heaven and pour out his blessing on us all. Malachi 3:10 reads, "Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that you will not have room enough for it. Then all the nations will call you blessed, for yours will be a delightful land, says the Almighty." So, dearly beloved, don't lose hope. God will restore. If God did it in the past, he will do it again. Believe and be blessed.